CBT Naruto.
EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present final round coverage of the PGA Championship. They have gathered from around the world here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina for the final major championship of the year. We will crown our next PGA Championship winner. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Happy to be here calling all the action. Frank, what is the mindset for this final major of the season?
I think it's taken a long time to get here, but it's well deserved, Rich. When you think of the luster of the Wanamaker Trophy, winners like Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth are recent, but Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, Lee Trevino, the list goes on and on. The fourth major, some say the defining major of the year, but played at a golf course that we're well used to now. So I'm looking forward to it, Rich.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, what's the right play here on this approach at the first?
You can go at the flag here at the opening hole, Rich, because the flag's normally in these little pockets on the screen around the big ridge in the middle. Safely on deck.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Wow, I thought it was going in just off the mark by a fraction. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Frank, this is a really fun hole, a pretty short par 3, downhill.
Yeah, half a club, you can allow for that, so it won't play its full yardage. You can really see that right part of the green. That's the most inviting one, but when they stick the flag on the left, you really have to be precise.
Headed for the bunker? Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Getting set now over the putt. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll. Frank, here at the third, players facing a challenging tee shot.
For a number of reasons, Rich. One, that the hole bends to the left. Two, that the fairway starts to run out. And three, the length of the second shot. You get rewarded the better you hit your tee shot down here.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot. Even par currently.
That has to feel good. That's a birdie. And now back over to the fourth. It's been solid for our featured golfer to this point, but will it be good enough, Frank?
Well, solid's always good. There's no question about that, especially in today's professional golf. But it takes brilliance to win today.
That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help them.
Frank, as we look at the second shot here at the fourth, what's the best chance for a birdie?
A nice high floating second shot would be the ideal go here. Rich, just pitching slightly right of the flag, but you cannot afford to miss the screen on the right. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
All right, Eagle. Not supposed to.
Sometimes you get breaks, and you got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Birdie try again here today. And takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
Now to the first par 5 here at Quail Hollow, the fifth hole. It's 570 yards, and it would seem, Frank, that this tee shot sets up well for a guy like Rory McIlroy.
It does. Someone that hits it long and moves the ball right to left, and that's what you're going to have to do here. One of the main reasons for that is not necessarily the dog leg, but the fact that the fairway, Rich, slopes away from you. It slopes to the right and away. So that makes that tee shot so much more difficult.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. 17-foot putt here. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping. Has this one for par. Workmanlike hole, he walks away with a par. Wow, Frank, this is all you want in a par 3. 250 yards here at the 6th.
Hey, that's what these guys need, especially in a PGA championship. Fortunately, the hole plays a little bit downhill, but 250, whichever way you cut it, is a big par 3.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
All right, Frank, just on the fringe, he might be thinking about making this.
Yeah, he's a better chipper than you, Rich.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. He's gone for a little extra.
I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip.
Flame on! Golf ball, shot the human torch. 3 represented for Marvel. And also my girl Brie Larson has Captain Marvel.
315.
She flames on too. The power of the
Rich, now's
cosmos.
the
And also
time to
shout out
knuckle
to
down.
today
I know
being the
things
1 year
haven't gone right
anniversary
up to this
of
point,
the
but
movie
really, this
Captain
is
Marvel.
where you can
My
still
girl Brie
get
Larson
something
that came
out of it.
last
Just give
year.
yourself that
On
opportunity.
this day,
You're good enough.
Beauty of golf, Frank. One good strike comes
Today,
off the center of the
on March
bat,
8th,
one good
2019.
result, and you begin
And today
to
is
feel
March 8th,
differently about
2020.
things.
yeah, it came out on this day, March 8th, 2019, and today is March 8th, 2020. All right, let's go. And I wonder now is that. All right, let's keep it moving.
This one's looking good. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And he's made it for eagle. Out of the short par 4-8 here at Quail Hollow, just 350 yards. Frank, players can lay it up and just hit a little baby wedge into the green, but why not go for it in one, try to make something happen?
I think both plans work well, Rich. This is one of those holes, the more you think about it, the more complicated it gets. You're going to lay it up, lay it up. If you're going to go for it, just aim at that tree and hit it down there. Just take your medicine.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
So a tester from 4 feet.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Here we are at the 9th hole at Quail Hollow, 495-yard par 4. Frank, it is the longest par 4 on the golf course. Is it, in your estimation, the toughest?
I think the green stops it from being the toughest, Rich, because it does kick in from either side. But when you see holes like this, there's no surprise why the Rory McIlroys and the Ricky Fowlers have won around here. This is just a great driving par 4.
You knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect, right down the middle of the fairway. But this will require a good strike of the golf ball. It's a pretty long shot into this par 4 ninth. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here we are on the back 9 now at Quail Hollow, and a good scoring opportunity to kick off the inward 9.
It is, Rich. It's sort of reminiscent of the 10th hole at Valhalla. Remember the challenge, or should I say the charge, that Rory McIlroy started that in that very hole when he made eagle. It's the same opportunity here. Reachable par 5, just under 600 yards, but you really could get off to a great start.
Take a picture of me. Come on now.
Through the atmosphere.
Damn!
Think it's got a tail
Golf
on.
ball.
That's like a
Shot the
rocket
Human
ship.
Torch.
That one was launched by
And
NASA.
my girl Brie Larson's got the marvel. She flams on also.
Nicely played shot.
With the power of the
310
cosmos.
yards down the
And
fairway.
shout out to
Second
today
shot.
being the 1-year anniversary of her movie, Captain Marvel, coming out. It came out on March 8th, 2019. Like I said, today is March 8th, 2020. All right, let's keep it moving.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Now to the par 4 11. Frank, what do you think of this hole?
It's an interesting hole, Rich, and I'm curious to see how aggressive players will play here today. The easy way, obviously, is just hit it down the right side and set up a nice second shot with a short iron. Or the most fun way is to take the big stick out and try and bite off as much of that corner as you choose, but be prepared to pay the price should it not come off. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, I think the mark of a good golf course design, changing directions. We go from a right to left hole, now at the 12th, to a left to right hole.
Yeah, there's no two holes at Quail Hollow that look the same. And this one's slightly downhill, fairway tilts a little bit to the right, and it's a bit of a sleeper. And plus you add in on top of that 450 yards plus. This is a fairway that has to be hit.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
The birdie. Continues to putt beautifully. Here we are at the par 3, 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one actually where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
Pure strike, good result.
Right, and that is close.
Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Well, Frank, as we arrive at the par 4 14th, just 345 yards, our players no doubt are looking for a little advice from a guy who's been there. You've done it at the highest level. What's the right play here?
Rich, after all these years, I think it's like a modified tee shot. And what I'm going to say with that is like a strong 3-wood, something that pitches around 270 and kicks 30 or 40 yards, finishes up about 20 yards short of the green. I think that's the best ploy. You won't be able to get at all the flags, but I think you'll play the hole under par for the week.
When's the right time to pull out the big driver and have a go at this green?
I don't think there is. but maybe you at home should try.
And here at 14, another chance to make a birdie with the right approach shot.
Yeah, laying back there a lengthy way in, the green will still kick to the left. So even though it's saying a wedge in hand, you've got to aim right at this flag. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Just a pure strike and a perfect result. They'll have a good look at birdie now. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Good putt. Now as we arrive at the par 5 15th hole here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards, Frank, I think a player has to be thinking about doing what Rory McIlroy did in 2010.
It's the last of the holes that you can really be aggressive on, Rich. So a good drive down here. I'm well aware of the fact that there's water on the left. This is a good chance to make something happen before you play the green mile.
And that's what McIlroy did. Hit a tracer, got a 5-iron, knocked it in for eagle, shot 62, and won for the first time on the PGA Tour. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just sensational golf, and he finishes it off with an eagle. This is the start of what some say is the toughest finishing stretch on the PGA Tour. It's known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, he's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Come on now. Come on. Golf ball.
Shot.
Shout out to Human Torch. And also my girl Brie Larson has got the marble. She flames on too. With the power of the cosmos.
Blasted it down the fairway.
And shout out to
well
today
over 325
being the 1 year
yards.
anniversary
A stout
of her movie, Captain
190
Marvel,
yards to the
coming
hole
out.
here.
Rich,
Came
right
out
now,
last
this
year
does not
on
look like the same
March
player we saw
8th,
earlier on today.
2019.
I don't recognize
And
him.
today
He
is
was hitting it
March
all
8th,
over the
2020.
ballpark in the first few
yeah,
holes.
I don't think
I
that was that.
didn't
All
think
right.
there was any chance
See what
that
moving.
he'd be where he is right now. Credit to him. This took guts.
Yeah, his composure is so different right now.
Well, that's the beauty of this game. You stay with it. It's 18 holes. You keep fighting, and you can put a score on the card. This is a good-looking shot. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting. Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Frank, this is all you want in a par 3, especially late in the round. You have to carry the water. You have to deal with the pressure. At 221 yards, this requires a player's very best.
On the process of elimination, don't go long, don't go left, don't go short, and right is marginal. It doesn't leave you with much.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday, and he'd do it again today.
That's how I get it done. Perfect execution by me. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Now to the finishing hole here at Quail Hollow. Frank, what can we expect?
If there was a name for this hole, Rich, it should be called Narrows. The creek that meanders its way down the left side and actually divides that hole into really half the size of what a normal path would be. That makes it hard. The bunker on the right is your bailout area.
Golf ball.
Just over 290
Shout out
yards
to
to
Human
get
Torch.
past that. And then the narrowest green that still
My girl, we lost
sits
that
up
to
against
Marvel.
the lake. This is just a
Flames on
brutal
also.
finish.
Not the best shot, this
Cosmos.
one in the rough, but still will
And
have
also
a
shout
play
out to
from
him,
there.
we Captain Marvel.
Frank, what's the best way to
Coming
get
out
at the golf
last year
ball when it's
today
sitting down just a
on
bit
March
in the rough?
8th.
You have to accept the
2019.
fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean
And
contact.
today,
You have
March
to
8th.
decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's
2020.
going to
1
fly.
year anniversary.
Because very
Marvel,
rarely will it
Captain
come
Marvel.
out the normal
Herbert
distance
Larson.
of what you hit on the fairway.
And
So if
it's
it's a little
perfect.
thin and
She's
wispy,
perfect. That's
chances
Captain
are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another
And-
club.
I love it. I just want to acknowledge that. All right, let's keep it moving.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
To win the PGA Championship.
Bow, and that's in there. Let's get it. Let's go.
Just
I
an
get it
amazing
done.
display. The records continue to fall. Just a great putt and a great win. Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expanse of land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you hit the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I have got no idea how big it would be.
Nice. That's so. On Kingdom Hearts 3 says. Yeah, so from Kingdom Hearts 3 says. Alright, Emmanuel Nar wins 2019 PGA Championship. Emmanuel Nar won the PGA Championship on Sunday for his 20th major title, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. That's how I get it done. That's what I do. And I did it. And 5th PGA Championship of his career. Nice. I have 5 majors. No, 20 majors and 5 PGA Championships. I ain't the best golfer of all time. Nar closed with a final round 14 under 58. All I wanted to do all week was to play within myself and wait for the other guys to make a mistake. No, I just play my best. But all right, I always do my best. I always do my best. Always be my best, and I am always my best. Said Nar, and that is it. It was important for me that I didn't let the pressure get to me. All right. Emmanuel Nar wins 2019 PGA Championship. Thank you. I appreciate it tremendously. Alright, CBT Naruto. Over and out. And like I said, today is March 8th, 2020. Shout out to the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary of movie Captain Marvel with my girl Brie Larson coming out 1 year ago today on March 8th, 2019. It came out March 8th, 2019, and today's March 8th, 2020, so I want to acknowledge that. Like I said, it's perfect. Brie Larson's Captain Marvel is perfect, and I love it. I want to acknowledge that. And also shout out to my girl Kefla getting on to Dragon Ball FighterZ last month on February 28, 2020. That's also perfect. And I want to acknowledge that. Also shout out to the last month, February 2020, be my birthday month. My birthday was on February 4th, 2020. Jules had a birthday to me, and I turned for 22 years of age. 23 years of age, and that's perfect. And I'm perfect also. And I want to acknowledge that. And also shout out to the Final Fantasy VII remake. Also shout out to the Final Fantasy VII remake coming out next month on April 10th, 2020. In 1 month and 2 days. Yes, and it's gonna be perfect also. It's gonna be amazing, exciting, pretty fresh with Cloud. Shout out to Cloud, Tifa, and Barry, and the whole crew. And it's gonna be perfect, like I said. So I want to acknowledge that. And also, let's get started for Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Square Enix made Final Fantasy VII franchise, and Square Enix and Disney combined made the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Let's get started for Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And that's my character, by the way. So let's get on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Alright. And my favorite character from the Final Fantasy franchise is Tidus too. He's also my character. He's from Final Fantasy X. And of course my character is Naruto also. You know, I'm the main Naruto, CBT Naruto. Alright. And with all that being said, I just wanted to acknowledge all of that. And CBT Naruto. Over and out.